Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and do join me for the live trading every day from 10 to 11. And do join me on my Telegram channel. The link is given just in the description box. The top link that you get is for the Telegram channel and the link below that is for the live trading. You can join me live on YouTube as well, and you can join me live on through my GoToWebinar. You can watch this video. We have given our live trades here, and one of the few trades that I can show you which have given really well. I have given NB Ventures. I have given NB Ventures in the live market, and look at the breakout that the stock has given. Our entry was somewhere here only, and it made a high of 198, almost like about 4 to 5% return the stock has given today itself. NB Ventures was our live trade, which you can hear this video out here and you'll be able to listen to me. Then did you hear me in this video where I have compared Tatva and Clean Science? So have a look at Tatva and Clean Science. So Tatva has not given a breakout. Tatva has not given a breakout. It's still within, below our entry levels. And Clean Science, have a look at Clean Science, how beautifully it has given a breakout. It has, our entry was at 1620. It made a high of 1699, or rather 1700. So 80 points, like that's 5% return in a single day. So this is how you make money. And even when you do hear me on the live trading, or this video, we have given Bajaj Finance call option that gave good money. People made a lot of money, and you can read the chat. You will be able to see that how people have been making money. And then I have given a buy on Naukri's call option, which also gave good money. People were, you can read the chat and you will be able to see it. So today I am presenting a very important topic, how rupee depreciation will impact various sectors. So before that, I want to show you what does rupee depreciation really mean. That if I draw USD INR chart, how much is one USD equal to? How much is it equal to in one INR? So slowly, gradually, if you see the value of rupees depreciating, INR is actually becoming weaker with respect to the US dollars. There was a time when we were paying about, say, 72 rupees or 73 rupees for one US dollar. Then about in the January month, we were paying about 73 or 74 rupees. And at this point of time, we are paying almost like 80 rupees. So that's a huge depreciation to the rupee. Now, I want to discuss so that you should know what companies, what sectors will be impacted, and in what way will they be impacted. So although it may not be exactly correct, but at least we can have a vague idea about it. So the first, that Nomura expects INR to fall to about 80 to 83 rupees. So we are at 80 right now, 79 point something. And Nomura still believes that this may further go down to about 82 and 83. In general, net exporters will gain as they will receive more rupees for their dollars, while net importers will need to pay more. So you have to understand this. Suppose I am an exporter and I had a deal with somebody. Let's say I had a deal of $1,000 that if I supply this thing, clothes or something, I will get $1,000. Now, earlier when I was about 6 months back, I was getting 74 rupees, but now I will be getting 80 rupees. So in $1,000, I will gain, it's going to be increased, but it's about the difference between 80 and 74, which is about 6,000 rupees, will be extra gain that I will have. So about 7-8% gain I will be having. So in general, net exporters will gain as they will receive more rupees. Similarly, if I'm exporting and I dealt with 1,000 rupees, and now I have to pay more money. Earlier I was paying 74,000 rupees. Now I have to pay 80,000 rupees. So that is where the difference is going to come. So I'm going to go slowly one after the other. What are the sectors which will, and how will they be affected? So rupee has dropped nearly 7% against the US dollar in the year, and current rate is about 79.96 to a dollar last week, and even reaching the psychological 80 rupees can also be a possibility. So the first sector that I'm going to talk about is the one which is going to benefit maximum, It is the information technologies. So India is one of the biggest supplier for information technology. So because is the biggest gainer as they bill most clients in the US dollars. Americans, including the US, contributes about 50 to 60% of the revenue of our information technology companies. The rupee earnings rise as the Indian currency falls. Then the next sector that you can expect is the pharma. India is the biggest supplier of pharma to Europe as well as to America. But the billing is always done in the US dollars. A net gainer sector at its, as it's a big export, though raw material are substantially imports. In year 2022, India exported 24.6 billion worth of products, of which about 30% is to US. Raw material imports were only about 4 to 5 billion. So imports are lesser and the exports are higher. So pharma is going to benefit from rupee depreciation. Then the next sector which is going to benefit is actually the exporter. So what kind of exporters? Garment exporters, tea exporters, all of them are going to benefit. So sector, again, as I explained you, because they will have more, they will get more rupees for the given contract. Hence, they will gain in if they are an exporter. Oil and gas. The most adversely impacted sector will be oil and gas because India imports over 85% of oil and half of the gas it consumes. So for that matter, Indian Oil, BPCL, HPCL, RIL, and then GAIL, GPSC, all their margins are going to hit because they are importing gas, oil and gas. Then next impact is going to be on the renewable energy. So Indian solar plants depends heavily on imported solar cells and modules. So project cost would rise, tariffs higher in future bids, margin compression of upcoming projects. Every 1 rupee fall versus dollar leads to 2 paisa per unit increase in the tariff. So the solar cells are going to become expensive because renewable energies are basically like solar energy, wind energy. So all, because they all use solar cells, they will become expensive and that will increase the cost. Then the steel, India exports 10 to 15% of its steel, makes Indian steel more competitive globally, balances the impact of the recent export duty on steel. So because there has been an export duty which has been imposed, so India exports almost like 10 to 15% of its steel, but there has been a duty which has been imposed. So whatever was India gaining by the exports will be nullified by the exports. So steel sector should not impact much. Then comes the auto. About 10 to 20% of the car's total raw material by value are imported, but firms also export vehicles. So impact will be cars in general will become more expensive. Exact impact will depend on the inputs purchased and the level of exports. And then FMCG, again, a lot of raw material is imported, account for nearly half of the input cost. So price is going to become higher in FMCG as well. Then the telecom services. A falling rupee makes gear imports more costly. So the gears that you use for telecom industry, they will become expensive. So weaker rupee can push up capex bill by 5%. Then the cement. Energy and logistic account for about 50 to 60% of the total cost. As the rupee weakens, both these bills are going to go up, impacting the margins of the cement companies. So cement companies may be under stress, but it doesn't look like that. Because if you have a look at it, Ultratech has actually shown a very beautiful breakout today. So see, these are all, like they are not hard and fast rules. So if you see, ever since rupee has been going down, Ultratech cement has been going up, right? The impact probably has been already experienced by Ultratech. So I don't see much impact of weak INR is coming on the cement sector, but nevertheless, this is how the analysis is. Okay, the next point is, so these are the sectors. So again, once again, if I just need to consolidate, what are the sectors that are going to be, so the positive impact is going to come on the IT, pharma, where we are exporting most of it, And then next will be on the garments and the tea. They will be positively impacted. And if you look into the negative impact, it's going to come first and foremost on the oil and the gas, because we are importing 85% of that. Then the renewable energy, steel can be ignored at this point of time, then auto and FMCG. And then consumer electronics and aviation also will be negatively impacted. Why consumer electronics? Because we are importing almost like 40 to 60% of the total input of imports and smartphones, and 70 to 80% of inputs cost on the imports. So that means all the electronic gadgets that we are manufacturing in India, most of their parts are imported, so they will be impacted. Aviation, why? Because about 60% of cost in the dollar terms. For example, the fuel, the jet, the aircrafts and all are purchased or imported. So hence they will be impacted negatively. And then telecom services, I told you, and the cement sector will be negatively impacted. And so this is how you have to remember how USD, when it becomes weaker, when Indian rupee become weaker, some of the bets that you can put will be on IT and pharma, and somewhere you should not put your bets on oil and gas. So let's have a look at what happened on the oil and gas. Let's have a look into ONGC, or probably okay, Oil India. Let me have a look. So there has been a good fall into this ONGC. So there has been a continuous drop in ONGC and BPCL. The stock has been under correction only. So all these stocks will be under correction in case the rupee becomes stronger. So always you can, like while if you see continuous breakout, like for example the breakout has come at 77.9 or 78 rupees, you should have been cautious about investment in oil and natural gas. And we can actually look for investment in IT companies. So hope this information makes some sense to you. Hope this makes you clearer about which sector to invest and which sectors to avoid or short when, or hedge for that matter, when rupee becomes weaker against US dollars. So keep learning, keep earning, and do join me for the live trading, and do join me on my Telegram channel where I keep posting my research. You can follow me on Twitter as well. All the best. Take care. See you in the next video.